Hello guys, my name is Gauri Bandre. I'm an intern at LEXIS and Company. My topic for today's discussion is a joint and group liability. So in today's discussion, we're going to cover what is liability, what is common intention, what is common object, and specific sections of IPC. So let us start by first understanding what is liability. Now, liability can be broadly classified into three types under criminal law. First of which is individual liability, second is joint liability, and third is constructive liability. Now, individual liability is very simple to understand. Individual liability basically says that, for an example, if I wish to kill B and I actually kill B, so here I am the only person who will be responsible for the death of B because I have directly committed a murder. So this is individual liability, okay? Second is joint liability. Now in joint liability, I and one of my friend, so I and B wants to kill C. So in this case, we both have common intention to kill C and we both act towards the common intention to kill C. In this case, we both will be equally liable to kill C. Okay, we both will be equally liable under the offense of murder of C. So this is joint liability, and third is constructive liability. To understand constructive liability in a better way, let's take an example. X, Y, Z wants to kill B. So in this case, X, Y both went into B's house and are trying to search for B in an intention to kill B, and Z is standing outside B's house to keep an eye if somebody is coming or not. So in this case, Z is not actually going inside and killing B, right? Only X and Y are killing B, but he is trying to support X and Y by standing outside. In case, even if he don't kill B, he will still be liable as equal to that of X and Y. This is what constructive liability says. Now understand what is common intention and common object. At times we try to interchange the words common object and common intention, but under IPC the both the definitions and the concepts of intention and object are far different than each other. Not completely different but partially different. Now in common intention, as per section 34, says that a criminal act is done by several persons in furtherance of the common intention of all. Each of such person is liable for the act in the same manner as it is were done by him alone because they shared common intention. Now, constructive liability is a part of common intention. In common intention, what does it say? That even if the action is committed by one person, but all the four people, example, three people, are with him to support him in some or the other sense. Matlab, if I am killing A, okay, but my friend is passing the gun or some other is keeping an eye, so here even if they are not actively participating in this offense, still they will be held liable because they are helping me out. Why the why every individual is held liable? First, because it is the presence of accomplices which help in supporting and motivating the wrongdoer. Second, in case of group offenses, it becomes very difficult to point out liability of each and every person in the group. So in this case, the concept of common intention was evolved. Let us say the essential ingredients of common intention. First is mens rea. Mens rea can be either pre-established, like pre-arranged, and second can be on the spot, but it should be before the execution of the actions. Second, there should be participation. So the participation is really important, okay? Not only intention but also participation towards committing the act. Participation can be either active or passive. Passive means if I am going to commit theft, and in that case me and my friends were collecting guns and barood and etc. So we were pre-planning everything, and we also had an intention. We were acting towards our intentions. So in this case, the participation was passive. Okay, it was not active, it was not direct, but it was passive. This can also be enough to execute someone under this offense. It is that the mens rea and participation should be proved by circumstances and facts. If somebody fails to prove such circumstances or intention, then the persons won't be liable under section 34, that is under common intention, and they will be held liable under section 38, in which case section 38 says every individual will be held liable as independently and not under one common thread. Certain exceptions for common intention, first of which is similar intention. Now people also try to get confused between similar intention and common intention. Okay, similar intention is similar but is not common in any sense. Means that in similar intention, to understand similar intention in a better way, let's take an example where I am angry on B and I want to kill B. Okay, and I want to kill B. And unlike me, my other friend C also feels the same for B. Now in this case, we both want to kill B, and we both are acting in our own way to kill B. We have no pre-established intention to kill B in some or the other pre-planned way. Means that I am killing B by putting poison in his drink, and he is killing B by putting gun on his head. So you both have an intention of killing B but don't have any common intention. Okay, we have similar intention but not common intention. So this is the difference between similar intention and common intention. Now let's understand what is common object. So common object is covered under chapter 8 of IPC under section 141 to 160. So common object means the member of an unlawful assembly is held liable for any criminal act done in furtherance of a common object. Object is predetermined under IPC. Okay, there are some pre-established circumstances under which if you come, then the then you will be held under common object. Concept of common object is specifically defined under section 141, that is under unlawful assembly. Now unlawful assembly, what does it defines? First, there should be minimum of 5 people. More than 5 people is also okay. Second is there should be a common object. Now what is common object? Common object should be within the pre-established circumstances. First of which is to show or overawe criminal force to any public officials. It can be either from state government or central government. Second is to resist execution of any law or legal process. Third is to commit mischief or criminal trespass or other offences. Fourth is to show criminal offence to any person to take or obtain possession of any property or to deprive any person from the same. Fifth is by means of criminal offence or to show of criminal force, compel any person to do what he is not legally bound to do also. So this section defines common object. Now common object is not as same as common intention. Why? Because in common object there are pre-established requisites that you need to fulfill. Now what are the essential of common object? First is there should be minimum assembly of 5 or more people. Second, there should be common object. So common object here, it shouldn't be pre-established, okay, like it was for that in common intention. Now in common object, the common object can be obtained in any stage. Even after committing the offense, the common object can be established. So it is not necessary for the individuals to have common object before the performance of the act. Third is the common object must be out of 5 mentioned in section 141. Now if we take an example of mob violence, if in this case we know that more than 5 people attacked and killed B, but only 4 were held liable. Okay, the police could get only hands on 4 and the others just vanished away. In this case, the 4 people can also be held under section 141. Why? Because there were many witnesses who witnessed that there were more than 4 to 5 people who committed this offense. Even if only the police could only get hand for 4 and not 10, still they will be held under common object. So let us see broad difference between common intention and common object. First, that section 34 does not create offense in itself, only lays down principle of joint liability. So in common intention, there is necessity to commit or participation in the act or furtherance of that act to commit an offense. But in common object, that is under section 149, the intention in itself is enough to prove the guilt. Second is the common intention under section 34 is not defined anywhere in IPC. But under common object must be out of the 5 ingredients which are already mentioned under section 141. Third is the prior meeting of mind is necessary for common intention, but in common object the prior meeting of mind is not necessary. It can be established in any stage of committing an offense. Next, common intention can be applicable when 2 or more people are involved, and in common object there is minimum requirement of 5 people. Next is participation is a crucial aspect. Now, if there is no participation, you can't convict any person under this offense. Whereas in common object, there is no need of active participation. The assembly of the 5 people together is also enough to, form the guilt. So yeah, this was the difference between common intention and common object. I hope that you have understood the concept, and if you like my video, then do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.